Are we allowed to ask you who you're voting for, who you favour of the two?
Yeah, absolutely. So a couple of weeks I declared that I'll be supporting Rishi Sunak because I think he's done a fantastic piece for Darlington with the launch of the Darlington Economic Campus, which is already seeing hundreds of jobs already coming to Darlington. So he's championed that from day one. So it's the obvious choice for us in the north.
Yeah, I mean, that idea of sending Treasury jobs up to County Durham, I mean, that's a big deal for your area, isn't it? But beyond that, what does it stand for that you like?
I think he's really forward-thinking, and I genuinely believe he's responsible with making sure that the finances of the country are balanced and we don't make all of these commitments. We understand that we've been through a global pandemic, and that has absolutely caused significant challenges to the public purse. But Rishi wants to do it in a responsible way, and I think some of the policies that he's outlined during this campaign I recognise and support. So for that reason, alongside his commitment to level up the north, to level up the country, but particularly the north, is why he's getting my vote.
Do you accept, though, that your vote is probably a vote into the howling teeth of a gale, in the sense that Liz Truss has pretty much got it signed and sealed, if the polls are to be believed?
Well, it's a difficult one, because if we listen to the media, it would suggest that it's a done deal. If we listen to colleagues within the party, it's far from a deal. And if anything, it's actually the other way. I'm hearing lots of colleagues saying that Rishi's doing exceptionally well, and the polls can't necessarily be that accurate. So for me, it's a very interesting time, because whichever way you turn, it's absolutely different opinions.
Is it an interesting time, Councillor? I mean, it is for the anoraks, isn't it? It is for people who are active in politics, who stood for election at local level or national level like yourself. But I just wonder whether you feel beyond the Conservative membership, for whom this is an interesting thought exercise, isn't it? What do we stand for? Are we about keeping inflation low, cutting taxes, strong on defence, etc., etc.? But does this go beyond the membership? Are you bumping into people on the street, coffee shops, pubs, wherever it is, who actually are engaged with this process?
Yeah, I think as politicians, we are obviously the people who are engaged in the internal politics the most. But for me, people are interested around how we're going to grasp that cost of living crisis. And actually, people are really, have a sense of optimism that people are talking about different policies. And let's be honest, Rishi's approach is completely different to Liz's approach. And that's really healthy. I think it's really getting the Conservatives to have a think about what's important. It goes back to our Conservative values. And we're seeing some really innovative policies and pledges coming out of this campaign. So for me, it's exciting that we're exploring different policies as we move forward. And like I say, I'm supporting Rishi, and I hope that Rishi will get over the line and we'll be able to get a grasp of the things that are important to people, like the cost of living, like the rise in energy prices, but also those solid commitments like levelling up communities like mine in the north.